Hello, it's Tristan here from Zebra Invest, and today I'm doing a video all about due diligence. So as soon as you're looking at a property or a deal or any property in your area, what you need to kind of look out for, the information you can put together, and especially if you're working with investors, the detail they're going to want to know about a property before they go and invest. And what am I talking about? Well, the kind of information that someone's going to want to know is about the location of the property. And personally, I live in Norwich, so I could tell you all day long about it, but actually you might want to know the ins and outs of that property in the area. There's also going to be background information. For example, if the property's got a lease, what's going on there, any of the deal information that you put together from an EPC register to be able to pop that all together in one place. So when someone opens up an investment pack or you're trying to work out whether it's a good deal or not, you've got all that information ready to go. So I'm going to show you two ways of doing this. So one way is the free way. The free way is probably the most time laborious, detailed way of getting everything that you need and putting it all together into a spreadsheet. Or in my case, I'm actually just doing one today because I've managed to agree a property, and I'm going to be adding that all into a PowerPoint presentation, so then someone can then whip through and see the slide deck and understand what's going on. So what I'm going to do is quickly jump in. I'm actually going to share the address of the property that I'm working on, so you can see exactly the detail that I would go into and what I would provide. And then I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to do this, so then you can then kind of add it all in. That's using Property Filter, and that's a great piece of kit. So hopefully by the end of it, you'll be able to see which is the best way, the manual free way or the paid way. That's a lot quicker and saving you time. Personally, I know which one I'm going to go for. But hey, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump onto Google. I'm going to share my screen for you and show you what we're looking for. So the few bits that I always go for, and it's usually I always start off with the energy performance certificate. So if you search for the EPC register, you should be able to find this website. So in this case, I have got a non-domestic property, but if it was a domestic property, it works exactly the same. You simply put in the postcode of a property and it works out. So I've got NR1 1SQ. And here we're looking at the Central Hotel. So in this case, the first thing that I always do is I grab this information, download it, so I've got it to hand. For those of you who are trying to think, well, how on earth do I download this or save this so it's useful? Well, what you can do is I've got a nice little tool here called Go Full Page, and what you do is it automatically snips through, cuts it all down, and turns that into a little PDF for you. So if you do want to find that, it's just Google Go Full Page, and that will turn any page that you're looking into a PDF. So that's the first thing that I usually do. So I get my EPC certificate, I've got a copy of that. And the next bit that I'm going to want to do is go to a website called Street Check. And the reason being is this then kind of gives you a lot of information about the property that you're going to be looking at. They have loads of cookies, and I don't like cookies. So what I'll do is just open that in an incognito screen, and then I'll show you exactly what it does. And we're just going to send that. And again, we do NR1 1SQ. You can see Riverside Road, and it's going to tell you all about the area and a bit of detail and information about the property. And you can see here, it's got housing data. You can see what type of properties they are, how many are built, converted, who's kind of living in that area, which is all useful information to know. And again, you've got gender, who's living around there. And you can see it's actually in Norwich. There you go. It's a little bit more heavier weighted to ladies. What ethnicity? And this is all information that you can capture in exactly the same way as I showed you using the Go Full page to download and add that information into your data. And you can use the broadband information as well to see what's available. There's another one called Check My Street, which is also useful because when you use the two together, so you can find far more information. So here, this one is actually provides a bit more detail about what is around you. So nearby train stations, the obvious one that we're going to want to know is the Norwich train station, which is literally on the doorstep. Bus stops, if someone wants to be able to get around the area. What kind of crimes happened, broadband sale prices in the area. And then you can jump in depth to kind of then look through. They used to have a bit more information on this, but it seems to just be that page. But again, it's just adding that extra layer of information. The other bit I tend to do as well is I'll jump into the planning portal. So you'll be able to search this online. So for example, I'm just going to say Norwich Planning Portal, and you should be able to find the planning applications and jump in and have a look. I've got a feeling that the Norwich Council website is down today, but hopefully this will load and I'll be able to show you how it looks. It is up, but you can simply just put in again your postcode of the property that you're buying, and then it's going to be able to pull up any of the information or detail. And you can see here, look, they're trying to do a change of use in for that property. So they're all little bits of information that are quite useful. The other bit I tend to use is property filter. So what you can do here, and I'll give you a discount code at the end so you can get 50% off your first month, and you can get your 14-day free trial. But what you do is you simply log into this. And then what we're going to do is slide down on the left-hand side. And what we're going to be using is the sourcing pipeline. So here, if you've got any deals that you've been working on, anything that you're moving through and interested in, you can add them in there. And what you can do here is you can add an off-market property or a property that hasn't picked up before. So what we do is put in the postcode of the property, 1SQ. There we go. And then find property address, and hopefully it's going to find this one for me, the Central Hotel. And you see here, it's pulled out a whole load of information all ready for me, the size of the property, the register, the various different bits in it. And at the moment, it doesn't have any information. They don't have their last sold date because it can't be found to that property. I know it doesn't exist. And then you can then see if there are any listings or anything that you want to add for the information for it. So we're going to click add. And then what we do is click into Riverside Road. And this is where it's going to grab all the other information and data about it. And you can see here, look, it's actually found. So this is where we've added the property manually. You can jump in and it's telling us all of those bits that are nearby. So like I just said, where the bus stop is, how far away the train station is, which bus stop, which co-op is nearby. And that's all information that your investors are going to want to know. You can then also see who the current owner of the property is. And then if you want to, then you can jump out and see what other, you can see a little bit of information about them and who you might want to be talking to. You can see if there's any restricted covenants on the title, you'd want to download the title separately to be able to dig into that. And then if you want to generate any letters, which I don't want to, you can send. But here you can see it's a freehold property, so there's no lease on it either. And you can see how much properties are coming up for sale for in the area to be able to get comps if you would like them. But this kind of gives you an idea of what's on the market, and that gives you a bit more of a deep dive into a property. But to give you an idea, I'm going to add one more on this so you can have a look and get a better feel for it. Let's add a property that I used to live in, so in London. And then we can find a property address, and we can say, for example, here I used to live at number 20A, but I don't think this one's got a lease. I think it's freehold. And again, it will pull out any information it can find on the property. So I'm just going to simply click add rather than go through the whole process. And again, here you can then just click in and see the details and information about this property. So it last sold, as you can see here, for $377,000 in 1998. You've got the address of the property, any of the details around it. It says it's owned by an individual. If it's got an energy performance certificate, it'll be able to tell you exactly what's going on there. And here we've got loads of data here telling us what the average terrace house is worth and average properties are worth in the area, which makes it a really useful, interesting piece of information to be able to use. So as I said, there's two ways of doing it. You do the manual process and dig through each of the pages individually, put all that data together so your investors can jump in and have a look at it yourselves. Or by using something like Property Filter, you can jump in there and you can see just how quickly we can get all that detail and information together. If you did have a short lease flat, it would be able to tell you exactly how that long lease is, how long that lease is at the time. And that's going to really help you if you're going to try and find and work with motivated sellers. Anyway, if you would like to try out Property Filter, I've got a code which is Tristan, and I'll put the link in the description below so you can click straight through and jump on for a 14-day free trial and getting it at half price. That's almost a month for free, and then you can go in and get started. If you've got any comments, any questions about this video, drop them in the below. Hopefully I can help you out, and we will go from there. I hope you like the video, and fingers crossed you're subscribing. Cheers, guys.